Before today's video begins, I want to thank Poggers for sponsoring my channel. I'll tell you more about Poggers later on in the video, but a special thank you to Poggers, and on with the video. I bought a bunch of spooky Lego figures for Halloween, but wait, they're customs. Today I'm going to be seeing if cheap customs are worth it, or whether you should be spending that hefty price tag on getting one of a very high price. This in my hands, right here, is a bag of custom Lego. So let's crack this bad boy open and let's take a look at the figures I got. Okay, this here is a bunch of different figures. There should be 11 figures here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bust them open, I'm gonna put them together, and then we're gonna go through them one by one. So give me a title screen.
There's only been one blade. There's only ever gonna be one blade.
First custom figure I got is this custom blade. Now, I usually wouldn't get a Marvel figure, but I did enjoy the Deadpool series, and we never ever get Lego figures for it. Ryan Reynolds has said he won't do a Deadpool 4, and jokingly said because his wife and children will divorce him if he does. I'm not sure whether we should take that partially seriously in the way that he won't do a Deadpool 4, or if it's just entirely a joke that, yeah, he will do a Deadpool 4 eventually. So, let's assume that he won't. Marvel does not seem to have any interest at the time of this video of making any Deadpool Lego. And in the future, if they change their mind about, yeah, maybe we will make Lego of 18 plus themes, like Deadpool, for example, they probably then wouldn't go back to Deadpool. So, it's very unlikely we're going to see any Deadpool sets from any of the movies. So when Deadpool 3 came out and we saw the return of Blade, I just had to get one. It's basically for the same reason that when the CMF Marvel series was out, I got a Wolverine CMF. It was because I didn't want to get the Quinjet at the time, and because I knew that we weren't going to get any Deadpool and Wolverine sets, and I just really wanted to have a Wolverine in my collection to put aside a Deadpool, so I got the CMF one. So let's take a spinning look at this figure on screen now. I really like this custom weapon that he's been given. It's got a nice shape to it. I don't know if it looks like it did in the movie. I don't remember how it looked in the movie, so I can't confidently say that. But he's got a lot of detail on him. He's got back leg printing, he's got back printing, side leg and side arm printing, side of the torso printing. He's just covered in printing all over. The only place he doesn't have printing is the back of his head. He does not come with a second face print, but he doesn't need one. With this much detail, they got him pretty much perfect. He does also come with this little custom blaster pistol piece. And you know what? I really like the way that he looks. I'm very happy with it. About a year ago, we had the LEGO Fortnite game mode release, and earlier this year we had the LEGO Fortnite sets release, including the battle bus, a bunch of buildable sets, and just a couple little accessories. Personally, the battle bus is the only one which I actually like, just because it's the only one that comes with figures. I think that the big Peely is okay, but it should have came with a small Peely figure. I think that the burger head is just overpriced. I think that the llama is okay, but it should have came with a figure of some sort. Maybe even 2 figures for that price tag. Overall, by the end of the LEGO Fortnite wave, I was fairly disappointed. The only set that I'm actually excited for is the battle bus, which I'm going to buy and review at some point. But I figured that since I'm going to be collecting a bunch of these LEGO Fortnite figures as they release them in physical form, that it would be a perfect opportunity to get a bootleg figure and compare it side by side to the real Legos. So I did end up buying a bootleg Fortnite figure. One thing that really surprises me is that the gun that she holds is actually made of real metal. Yeah, this really surprised me. This isn't molded out of plastic like you would expect. This is real metal. It's, if I can get it out their hand, there you go. It's hard, it's cold, it's heavier than a normal Lego piece. I'm fairly certain this is made of real metal, and I don't know why. It seems not just more expensive to produce, but just really unnecessary. Regardless, I think this is still really, really cool. I'll put a close look at it on screen now. And while we're taking a close look, let's take a close look at the figure itself. I really do love the printing on this. The printing is very good quality. It gives a pretty accurate look of this really simple character. I think sometimes simple works. You don't need to overcomplicate a design. But they've got printing all around the legs, all around the torso, printing on one of the arms. They just look really good. It does not have a double head print. However, I don't think it needs to. I think that this figure looks pretty good the way it is. And you know what? I'm pretty happy with it. So, looking at this figure, I'm happy with that.
Off. Oh, that's a good outtake.
Alright, this theme I bought a couple of figures for, and there's a lot more figures for this theme that I can get, but I decided to go with a very basic but very recognizable trio. We're gonna start this off with a bootleg of a bootleg. We're gonna start this off with bootleg Captain America. I mean Soldier Boy. Honestly, looking at this figure, his face does just look like the Infinity War Captain America that we got. It does just look exactly like it. But he's got printing all around the legs, all around his torso, printing on the arms. And you know what? I'm gonna blow your minds. He has a double face on his head. He has a double-sided print with two facial expressions, this calm one and an angrier one. He also has printing on the shield, and this is something that I really like about these. None of these bootlegs ever come with stickers. They're doing what LEGO should have learned a long time ago, and recently I haven't seen any printing on a piece or figure. However, back in like 2007, 2010 kind of thing, if you got a little shield piece like this, they would put a sticker in that you've got to put onto the shield, and it was diabolical. So I really think that LEGO's gone in the right direction, and I really think that these bootlegs have gone in the right direction of just printing everything. This figure could be a little more controversial, however. It's Starlight from The Boys. Now this figure I was a little bit more disappointed with because I had some kind of residue over the torso, which I assume was from when it was printed, which is a little bit disappointing, but it's not the end of the world. But just like the rest of them, I had to put the arms in and the hands in. All of them I had to do that. So it was a little bit of a tiring process putting this figure together. But the printing is pretty well detailed. It's been given a good shape. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how this looks. If LEGO made a version of this figure, it probably wouldn't look far off this. And moving on to our final figure of the trio, it's the man himself. It's Homelander. I'll put him spinning on screen now. I really like the custom cape, I really do, but the printing on the torso is good. It's 360 on the legs and torso, he's got printing on the arms, and he has a double-sided face, so he's got a sinister expression and an angry laser eye one. But I really love the cape, it looks so good. It does feel more papery than a normal fabric LEGO cape, but I can live with that. I like the gold printing, it is actually reflective, which is really cool. And the texturing that they've done on his suit to give him these little dots that like reflect in the light, it looks so good. Overall, I think this is just a really well detailed and really good looking figure. I'm really happy with it. But before we look at any more custom minifigures, I want to thank the sponsor of basically all my channels, is Poggers. I want to tell you guys about Poggers. Poggers is a hydration formula that makes a bunch of tasty different lines. They have an energy line, a sleep line, and a hydration line. The energy and hydration lines have the same flavours, but the energy ones include caffeine and the hydration line is caffeine free, and the sleep line has 2 exclusive flavours with melatonin in to help you get a good night's sleep. If you're ordering in the US, your delivery is free if your order is over $50, and if you're ordering outside the US, don't worry, they have a bunch of different delivery options, so you can go from the fastest to the cheapest. Poggers tastes absolutely delicious. It's free of all those dangerous chemicals and it's full of vitamins and nutrients. I wouldn't be pitching this to you if I didn't believe that it was good quality, and I do firmly believe that this is a good quality product. If you want to try Poggers for yourself, go to poggerslifestyle.com, and if you use code Davey, you'll get 10% off. There's a link in the description if you want to check them out. A special thanks to Poggers and a thanks to you guys. Back to the video.
I'm strong enough, and I can do this. It's all I ever wanted for as long as I can remember. I want to do what you do. I want to be just like you.
I'm really excited for this one. This is one that I've been wanting to get for ages and ages and ages and ages and ages. They released this one like 6 months ago, and I've just been so excited to finally get it. And I've got it now. It's invincible. I wanted to get Omni-Man side by side with it, but the day before I ordered, they sold out of Omni-Man minifigures. I was heartbroken. So I've only got a custom Invincible, and I'll have to buy a custom Omni-Man in future. But we'll take a quick look at him. He's got printing on his back, printing on his arms, printing 360 on the legs. The printing is simple, he looks really good, and I love this tiny little piece that he comes with. I think it's the same type of piece that we would get from the, what was that old Lego board game? That doesn't mean a lot. There was an entire theme of Lego board games, but the one which was like D&D, but with these tiny little figures. It reminds me of that. If I ever end up playing that game mode one day, I'm just going to use my tiny little invincible piece. I'm going to be like, boom, this is my hero.
She can dance. She can sing. She's equipped with a built-in helium tank for inflating balloons right at her fingertips. She can take song requests. She can even dispense ice cream.
With all due respect, those aren't the design choices we were curious about, Mr. Afton.
Oh, now these are some good looking figures. The reason why I got these is that I've not always been a huge fan of McFarlane's. I did like the McFarlane FNAF. I've even got some up there, and I do have another one there, which is Foxy, which you can not actually see. I do own a little Foxy McFarlane figure. I found the FNAF 2 wave didn't look as good. It was mostly good, but there was just a couple figures that didn't look good. I quite liked the FNAF 4 wave. I didn't like FNAF 3, and you know what? I didn't like the sister location figures either. And when they did that final wave, which did the Pizzeria Simulator figures, I didn't like them either. I didn't think that they looked close to the game anymore. They started to feel rushed and cheap and just lazy. And that's probably why they lost the license in the end, why Scott Cawthon didn't renew it. Because it just didn't look that good. And these things were impossible to get. These things were exclusive to the US, so you had to be lucky that someone had imported it into your country. If you were in the UK, that was what I had to do. And if not, then you had to pay an excruciating amount to buy it from McFarlane Toys' official website, and then import it to your country. Again, if it's the UK, that was an excruciating amount. So it ended up being a lot easier to just not get it. Regardless, however, they do some customs, and I decided to take a look at the custom FNAF stuff, because I'm a FNAF lover if it's not obvious. If it's not obvious, I like FNAF a little bit. But they do custom FNAF minifigures. I took a look and oh my god. Beautiful. First figure I want to talk about is Funtime Foxy. Funtime Foxy has a very good shape printed onto the body. It makes it very clear, and when you look at the shape of the body, it makes the head feel like it's a lot more accurate to the shape of it. However, if you're just looking at the head, it does look a little small. But it has printing all around the legs, it's printing on the back, arms, torso, and you know what? I don't think it looks too bad. I think that this is an alright figure. I don't like how they just gave it orange pupils though. That is a little bit weird, and I don't know how I feel about the purple. I thought these guys were pink. I thought they were white and pink. So the purple bow tie as well as the purple lipstick, I don't know how I feel about that, but otherwise, I think this is still a pretty cool looking figure. Moving on, we do have a Circus Baby Lego figure. Now, I am going to put a picture of it side by side now next to the McFarlane one, because I want to talk about the head first. It is so much better than the McFarlane one. The McFarlane one looked like someone had stomped on Baby from above. It was too wide, this grin looked too stupid, and it was orange instead of red. I don't know why, unless this was based off some incredibly early, like, concept art. Why? Because even in the trailer for Sister Location, which was a long time before the game came out, Circus Baby's lipstick was red and not orange, so I really don't know why it was orange. It just looked terrible. But Baby is 360-degree leg printing, the arm printing looks good, the torso printing looks good, the back printing looks good. Everything about her looks pretty good. Again, the head, it looks so much better than the McFarlane one. Actually, this head is pretty much perfect. It's a good size with the rest of the figure. It's a good shape. It's good colours. It's well detailed. It's just a perfect piece. I don't know how McFarlane got it so badly wrong when a custom company can make a perfect minifigure. It honestly just humiliates McFarlane, and I'm really sad to say that because I like the McFarlane FNAF. But they've just done it perfectly right here, and McFarlane did, well, this slop.
Look at you! Look at the Sigmas you've become! Look at how Elriz you are! How skimmity toilet you are! You are woke among sussy soyjacks! I gave you cats in Ohio!
Oh boy, now these are some really fun ones. I was actually going to get one more figure with these. I was going to get a Springtrap figure, but again, they sold out like a couple days before I was going to order, so I was just punching the air on that one. I was like, God damn it, I really wanted Springtrap. The original title scene, I was gonna like spend a lot of time on this video because the original title screen for this section, I was gonna reanimate the "look how small you are, look how weak you are" scene, but with Lego figures, and I can't do that now because I don't have the figures I need. So a little bit sad. Maybe I'll do that for the next video if I do another video. It really depends what you guys think of this one as I rip my earphones out of my computer. Let's talk about Jump Scare Boy, Balloon Boy. When I was watching the movie, it was really funny because every time there was a Balloon Boy jump scare, I was just like, oh, didn't expect him there. Well, actually, you kind of did with like the tension it build up. So he's like slowly walking over to the locker, slowly opens it a little, slowly opens it, bam, it's there, and he's like, and everyone around you, you know, they're sitting in the seat and they go. Meanwhile, I was just watching it like, oh, that was it? Wow. All that build up for something you pretty much guessed was coming. There was also a Balloon Boy jump scare every single night, so every time a new night started, you know, you were just waiting for it. You knew it was coming, and you knew when they were going to do it, because they'd set you up for it. But enough talking about the movie, let's talk about the figure. I really like this custom minifigure. Again, it looks really good. The thing I didn't like about the McFarlane Balloon Boy is that it was just how McFarlane does the legs of their minifigures. They do these really short legs and then just throw some studs under them. And it meant that the legs would always fall off, the feet would always fall off the legs. But they've gone more the Lego route with these and just done a whole leg piece. And it looks really, really good. The arm printing looks good. It's I found that his arm printing was the most scuffed actually, but I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. It's got good back printing, 360-degree leg printing. His balloon is quite cool. I think that if Lego did a balloon accessory, this is exactly how they should do it. With like this weird plunger piece, a dome, and then the stick like that. And I do like the printed sign. Again, it's printed. No stickers. No stickers. God bless you, unnamed company. Actually, you have a name, but I won't say it because A, it might mean that Lego takes down the company and then people can't buy cheap minifigures from them anymore. And B, it might mean that Lego will then send me a lawsuit for promoting Lego Alternative. I don't know if Lego can sue this. I don't believe they can because they don't claim to be Lego anywhere. None of their products say Lego, so I don't think Lego can sue this. But Lego, if you don't like this video, just tell me to take it down, alright? Don't sue me. Just don't like send 15 lawyers to my house to break my legs. You can just like tell me to take the video down or take the video down yourself. And if you tell me to do it, I'll be like, okay, and I'll just do it. There you go, you know, we can just move on, but, you know, just don't send lawyers to steal my kneecaps. Now, some of you might be watching and saying, that's not a real movie figure, show me a real FNAF movie figure. Okay. Do you recognise him from earlier? Probably not. It's Mike. I'll give you a look at Mike now. He's got 360 leg printing. He does have 360 torso printing, although it's harder to notice because it's only on the bottom and the edge. But he does look really, really good. He looks really detailed. His jacket looks scruffy like it should do. And he just looks like a perfect figure, really. Now, if it's not obvious, the FNAF animatronics do not have double-sided heads. And no, Mike does not have a double-sided head. He has this one expression, and that's what you gotta live with, I'm afraid. But otherwise, he looks really, really good. I'm really happy with it. I kind of wish that they did a custom flashlight piece. But you know what? This little handle piece and a little white stud on the end, I can live with that. That's alright. Finally, our last figure is Abby. Now, these figures would have made a lot more sense if I got the Springtrap figure alongside them, but guess what? I couldn't get the Springtrap figure. But Abby has 360 leg printing, 360 torso printing. The torso looks absolutely brilliant. It looks like another scruffy jumper, and I love it. They've got the scruffy hair, which again looks really good. All the printing on this figure is actually pretty well done. There's a couple scuffs on the hair, which is a bit weird, because it's just a mold. Shouldn't it all just be one colour? And no, Abby does not have a double-sided head. I feel like this would have been a good opportunity. They could have given a happy, "We're at Freddy's" look and a scared, "Oh my god, we're at Freddy's" face. And you know what? I think it would have worked really well, but that's not the direction they went. They just gave it one face, and that's understandable, to be honest. If you start adding double-sided faces on everything, it brings up the price of producing each figure, so I can understand why they only do it once. But that's my thoughts on this, and let me know your own. Obviously, I'm curious to see what other people think about it, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.